Hi guys, this is RC Murphy, and I'm going to do my first, I want to say tipsy podcast, but I'm pretty sure by, the end of drink 3, which is sitting at my side, I'll be drunk by the end of this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I got this idea because honestly, I did not want to write yet another fucking blog about True Blood. I've gotten to the point where I don't want to even type about it anymore. I will gladly discuss it loudly ad nauseum. Usually, the only person that hears that side of my True Blood angst is my mother, because I watch it with her. Yes, I watch Sookie and her glowing snatch with my mother. Everyone has their own way of dealing with television shows. Mine happens to involve my parental unit, who I love like a best friend. Anyway, so True Blood for, I think, the third to last of this season. I'm not even sure what fucking season we're on anymore. But, so there's 2 more episodes left, and they're finally starting to make a little momentum, but it's still, almost all the vampires are stuck in this fucking facility. Boring. Sam goes back to Bonton, facing probable death because, the wolves have told him he's going to die if he goes back to Bonton. Okay, that's a little exciting because I have a lot invested in Sam because I read the books. If you have not read the books, stop listening now. Sam is an integral part of the books, and, I've been really pissed off for this entire season because Sookie has not been around Sam. Sam balances her. Sam makes sure she's okay. And, that's a really important relationship in the whole, Sookie-verse. She needs Sam just like she needed her relationship with Bill to let her grow from the, virginal, shy girl that she was when the books started and the show started. However, the show's just gone all wonky, and I still prefer the books, even if they are admittedly cheesy, quick reads. Not all the plots made sense in the books, but at least they were entertaining in the fact that Sookie was smart. Not so smart on the show, I have to admit. But anyway, so this week, yay, Alcide got the stick out of his piss hole. He's not quite the asshole that he's been for the entire season. Seeing him and Sam sitting down for a drink, really, actually, I laughed. A genuine laugh, not a drunken laugh. He's might be redeemed. I can only hope, because admittedly Joe, who plays him, fucking hot, and being unable to enjoy Alcide just for his hotness has been a real hardship this season. I'm sorry if I sound really frivolous and lame. I like sexy people and not them not being assholes. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my list. I have a list because I'm drunk. And, my second note on True Blood was Sookie's snatch, but I already mentioned that, didn't I? It glows. I'm pretty sure that I would not be single still if mine glowed. I'm kind of jealous. Hold on, I need a drink. Okay, what's next? Oh, okay, wait, I'm pretty sure I already said stop listening if you don't want True Blood spoilers, right? Okay, anyway, so, Eric Daywalk. I think I need to build a vampire trap and set it out front tomorrow morning to catch me and Eric, because as much as I've grown to absolutely loathe the show and the direction that it's gone, by the way, side note, I'm gonna have a lot of those tonight. Side note, at San Diego Comic-Con, one of the producers or writers or whoever said, we're taking the show back to its roots. Back to what fucking roots? Back to season 1? I have yet to see anything that resembles season 1 of the show, because season 1 of the show was almost identical to the first book written by Charlaine Harris. And, you know, there were some divergences, you know, to fit the show specifically, namely the fact that Lafayette didn't die. And Tara was, of course, black and angry. But, you know, in the book, Tara was white and angry and abused, so, you know, it wasn't that big a difference. It was just, you know, they wanted more people of color, and I'm fine with that. You know, and I loved the Tara character. Not so much this last couple seasons, because of the way they took her. It's really hard to distance myself from book Tara, who is married and has twins, to, you know, TV Tara, who's a vampire and a lesbian. Sorry, it's kind of a drastic change for those of us who are fans of both. And I can't really say I'm a fan of the show anymore. I don't know. I think I just tolerate it because it gives me really easy fodder. Anyway, so, what was I talking about? Oh, Eric daywalking. Because he had Warlow's blood. Whatever. They're putting way too much stake on this Warlow dude, and you know, other than being cute and having a really pretty accent, and I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for that fucking accent. You know, if I had a glowing snatch, I'd do him too. But, anyway, so, daywalking Eric, it gives him an advantage that they kind of need to dig out of the hole that they're in with the current storyline, which, by the way, does not resemble anything in season 1, like the producer said. So, you know, they're fucking liars. I was going to talk about next. I'm serious. My list is just, like, the most random shit ever. Because half of it is stuff that people told me to talk about. Alright, so, we'll address the elephant in the room, because I am a gigantic Whovian. Today, Sunday, August 4th, 2013, this afternoon, they announced the 12th Doctor, who's going to be Peter Capaldi, who, you know, he has been in the Whoniverse before. He did, the Pompeii episode. I cannot remember the actual episode name. I'm sorry, Whovians. I apologize. I did not do my research before. I only glanced through things. And Peter was also in Torchwood Children of Earth, who some of the Whovians do not acknowledge, because they kind of took Torchwood a little weird and a little against the Whoniverse. But, you know, I watched it because I am a sucker for Captain Jack Harkness. Sorry. Absolutely love him. Anyway, so they announced the new Doctor, the 12th Doctor, and you know what? I'm kind of excited. You know, I'm generally excited when they announce a new Doctor. I was really, really upset in tears when David Tennant left and Matt Smith jumped in, but Smith grew on me, and you know, by the end of the episode, his first episode, I kind of was charmed by him. Especially at the very end of that episode where he was confronting the gigantic eyeball and he was all tough and in his bow tie, and I kind of swooned just a little. There was still a great big chunk of mourning for David Tennant when I watched Matt Smith's first episode. So, you know, it's likely that'll happen with Peter Capaldi's first episode. Try saying that name 10 times fast while drunk, guys. Seriously, I'm having a bit of a problem. Anyway, so Peter Capaldi's first episode will be bittersweet because, you know, Smith grew on me. And as far as doctors go, Smith was young and he was vibrant, he was energetic, and, you know, he made everyone swoon. I'm pretty sure with the way they've been taking the Doctor at the end of this last series, he's gonna go darker. He's gonna be a bit angrier. I mean, for heaven's sake, he saw where he's gonna die. He said goodbye to his wife, River Song, for good. I mean, other than, you know, the instances where he's jumping back in time to go see her, that's it. He's not going to see her anymore as far as his current timeline is going to be. And he said goodbye to Amy and Rory, or he didn't even get to say a goodbye to him. They were taken from him. They were killed in his estimation because he never saw them again. So the Doctor's going to be kind of angry, and it fits that he's older and he's, I don't know, I'm waiting to see what what Capaldi can do with the Doctor. It's going to be different. That they admitted that much at the whole announcement thingy that they did today. I did not watch, by the way. I was watching everyone's reactions on Twitter and using that to inform myself while I crocheted and watched a different show, because I have I have access to BBC America in the living room on the gigantic TV that my 8-year-old child basically owns. I can't say that I can go into the living room and watch a show unless, I'm willing to play video games for an hour first with my kid. So, he likes Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure he would have smacked me for stealing the TV to watch them announce the new Doctor, because he wouldn't understand what it means to watch a Doctor switch. He has watched, he's watched a bit of each Doctor, starting from Christopher, I cannot pronounce his last name, the 9th Doctor, the reboot, and the 9th Doctor. He's watched some of those, he's watched some of Tennant, and he's watched some of Smith. As a matter of fact, he's watched the last season and a half with Smith, side by side with me, before he goes to bed at night. It's kind of our little ritual now. But he's not actually, born witness live real time to the Doctor changing. And so while he understands, he wouldn't get the emotional impact. And I always sound crazy when I talk about Tennant leaving, because, I still, and a lot of people who are 10 fans still cry about it. As a matter of fact, I saw a lot of that today, because apparently during the whole, announcement for the 12th Doctor, they were playing, bits where the 10th Doctor regenerates and exposes Smith to the 11th Doctor, and people on Twitter were still really emotional about it. And I fully understand that. I don't think they're weird. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Peter Capaldi can do with Doctor Who. And see what his take on the Doctor is. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anywhere near as bubbly as Smith's Doctor was. I can almost guarantee that. Sorry, it's not going to be the same. What's next on my list? Bates Motel. I've watched up through episode 8 of Bates Motel in the last couple days. That's what I watch while I'm crocheting between, editing and other crap that I have to write. You know what? It's not half bad. I wanted to hate it. I will fully admit right now, I wanted to go into this thing hating it, because I love Psycho. I love Hitchcock. He does things he did things. He's, not making film anymore, Renee. But he did things on film that, people wouldn't dream of getting away with, and they were lovely and horrible all at the same time. And Psycho is one of those movies that I've always liked, and anytime we go to Universal Studios with the family, I'm absolutely elated to go through the sets with the Bates Motel and the house behind it. And what was hilarious was watching the first episode of the show and trying to tell if they were using the set from Universal, and realizing that I think they did, but when they looked in the other direction, they were on a different set, because that road does not exist on the Universal backlot. Or at least the stuff behind it, so either they green screened or they just, the overshot was a different location. Whatever, I'm getting technical because, sometimes I do filmy things, and it's weird because I haven't been an actual actress for a while, yet I still sometimes think in the terms of plays and movies. Whatever, it's how my brain works. It's how, I make better books. Anyway, so Bates Motel, not half bad, decent writing, more than decent writing, I have to say. They took a relationship that was never actually shown on screen between Norman and Norma, father and son. Jesus Christ, Renee. Son and mother. Hold on, I need another drink. Okay, let's try this again. So it showed that relationship that we never actually got to see on screen. We got to see the impact of the relationship between Norma and Norman in Psycho, and what had happened between them to make him so freaking weird. But seeing it played out in a TV show, it's uncomfortable, and it's that good uncomfortable where you know that someone in the writer's room is seriously unglued or has done their homework on these sort of I don't want to say abusive because it's not abusive, but it's not a healthy relationship, on these unhealthy family relationships, especially between mother and child. And boys are weird, can I just say that? But anyway, in this case, it's the mother that's weird, and it's her weirdness rubbing off on Norman. And I just finished episode 8 before I watched True Blood tonight. Episode 8 of Bates Motel, rather, before I watched True Blood. And it's getting a little weirder, and I've heard through the grapevine rumblings that everyone's really looking forward to the next episode, so I have to kind of wonder what the next 2 episodes have in store, because so far it has been completely freaking batshit insane as far as, what these people are doing, what they're getting away with, and what the fuck is going on with the people in the city they moved to. I mean, these are not your average Oregon people. These are, like, mini mobsters. And it's interesting and scary, and the psychological factor is balanced by the actual physical gore factor. And I don't know, it's just, I like it. I didn't think I'd like it when I started watching, but I like it. Side note, I am doing this in the middle of the night, and I have to wonder if my mother can hear me talking. And is just shaking her head as I'm talking to myself to a computer, drinking even more rum. Which one of these drinks she poured for me. Thank you, Mom. Okay. Next on the list. Boobs! So, I went on Twitter earlier, and I was asking people, I'm tipsy, I'm thinking of doing a podcast. What the hell should I talk about? One of my good friends decided to send me a picture of not bare breasts, but, boobs properly displayed in a very, very nice tank top. I approve. So, I jokingly added, sorry, I just hit my microphone, I'm an idiot. But anyway, I jokingly added boobs to my subject list for this podcast after she'd sent the picture, and then I posted it again, no, seriously guys, what should I talk about? And she just said boobs, and I was like, that's already on my list. So, I love boobs. They're great. And I am a size queen. I like big boobs. I will fully admit that. I'm kind of upset because when I lost weight, mine shrunk. Yeah, you can hear, you heard that pout, didn't you? Yeah, mine shrunk, and I'm not happy about it. Not so happy that, I'm willing to have plastic surgery, but, just unhappy enough where I want to get more money from book sales so I can buy, one of those lifty bras where, if you look down, you can lick your own cleavage. Or, I just need to buy corsets that are not just the waist section. Whatever. Boobs! Yeah. Alright. And then, frickin' Celeste. Okay, Celeste, if you're listening to this, you owe me for this one, because I'm gonna get creepy old lady right now. She told me to discuss cougars and their prey. And I have to admit, have been a few times where I've been kind of creepy cougar lady. I don't mean to do it, but I live between a city college and a high school. And there are times when they mix, and I have a hard time telling who's over 18. And suddenly I'm checking out, either, this guy with nice hair or this chick with a nice ass. And I have to stop and go, wait, are they over 18? And if I cannot easily say yes, I feel really bad. And I am sorry for everyone I have objectified in such a manner. I'm a sexual person. Not outwardly so much, but, I like admiring people. I people watch as it is because, I was trained as an actor, and that was one of the things I was trained to do. But also I do it for writing. And then again, I just do it because, when a very nice rack walks past, you admire it. Sometimes openly, sometimes just through the corner of your eye while it's stretching, and oh yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so occasionally I have creepy cougar syndrome, and I'm not even 30 yet. How sad is that shit? But, and then you get the actual cougars. These women scare me because I see my future every time I see one of them walk by in their skin-tight dresses, martini balanced between two fingers, and they are looking up the young studs up and down, and then take a drink. Hold on, drinking. I don't know if I admire them so much for being outwardly sexual past their, I won't say prime, because women hit their prime rather late, which is, by the way, really disappointing. I would like to enjoy it while my tits are still perky. What's the point of hitting your prime when, you gotta knee your tit out of the way just to, play with yourself? I just said that out loud, didn't I? I'm sorry. I mentioned I'm, about 6 shots of rum in, and I'm a lightweight. Anyway, so, I kinda have to admire cougars. It only gets creepy when the cougar starts to hit her downfall and starts to not care about her appearance quite so much. And then you see her walking around with a 22-year-old fucking underwear model type guy on her arm. Then it gets kind of creepy for me. Because, I want the underwear model type guy. And she obviously just doesn't care about herself enough anymore. And I'm sorry, that sounds really, really, really bad. But I've been raised to always think about my outward appearance. Not that, I dress up like fucking Barbie every time I leave the house, but there's certain standards. You do not wear your pajamas outside. You put on fucking pants, or at the very least shorts, and I am a new fan of short shorts because my thighs have shrunk and I can show them off. Did I just sing a little bit? I want to apologize again, but Smack me if I do that again. But, yeah, so, I was raised to, take a little pride in your fucking appearance. Don't go outside in your pajamas. It's okay if you're going out to, water the garden. Don't go to the grocery store in your pajamas. Don't take your kids to school in your pajamas. Put actual shoes on. Slippers are not shoes, guys. If you are one of these people falling into the slipper and pajama gap when you go outside of your house, stop it. You're making the rest of us housewives look bad. I'm not even fucking married, but I consider myself a housewife because what do? I sit at home, I write, I do dishes, I cook, I take care of my kid. I'm a housewife without the fucking marriage. Hey, you know what? I don't have any guy to answer to. Or gal. Not to be a genderist or whatever. Shut up, I'm making up words. Whatever. But what the fuck was I saying? Take a little pride in your appearance. It takes about 5 minutes to toss on a t-shirt, bra, jeans, underwear, socks, shoes. If you can't take 5 minutes to toss on some jeans, you don't need to be walking out of your house. Just saying. That's all I have on my list, and I've talked for over 26 minutes now. I'm sorry, guys, that you had to listen to this. I'm really sorry. I said sorry a lot. By the way, that's the drinking game. Re-listen to this and take a shot every time I said sorry, or every time I stopped and took a drink and announced it, or you just heard a pause and a sip. Like this. Oh, drinking. But yeah, that's all I have to babble on about tonight. I'm sorry, I have not been doing a lot of podcasts lately. I did record one about a month ago, but it hit some personal levels that I was not comfortable broadcasting, so it never made it onto the internet. It's still sitting on my computer. Maybe if I grow a pair sometime soon, I'll, convert it over so that you guys can listen to it. But for right now, it's just going to sit on my hard drive. And I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize how many issues I had touched on when I originally recorded that one until I listened to it again after and was like, ooh, that's kind of, that's feeding the trolls in my head. And you don't want to do that, guys. You don't want to feed the trolls. So I didn't air it as I'd planned. On the business side, real quick, I finished the second vampire book. It was supposed to be a novella. It didn't end up being a novella. It is a full-length novel now. That's In Too Deep, which will be out sometime later this month if my magical publisher does her job quickly. I don't know, because I don't know how much on the editing side I need to do once she's done with it. Getting ready in the next week or so to start the second in-between book. I did a contest on Twitter last week to find someone to use their name in the book, and Allison Slytherin Pixie Alley, as she goes by, won that one, so she will be in the second in-between book, which is my Incubus series. So congratulations there. What was funny was she told me she didn't even realize there was a contest going on when she retweeted the post that was part of the contest. She just retweeted it because she retweets my ads and stuff like that for the books, and so she accidentally won something. Yay! I love accidental winners. Other than that, I think that's it. I will see you guys around. I am not sure when I will get to record another podcast because August and September and October, actually just the last half of the year is kind of batshit insane, so we'll see what happens as far as these go. But yeah, I'll see you guys around. Take care of yourselves. Don't be strangers. Bye.